Hello, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our weekly show. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2026. As you all are joining in, give me a hey, give me a hi. Happy New Year, thumbs up. Like to see what is going on for the new year. What plans do you all have? What goals do you all have? Let's just chat. As you're putting your comments down in the section, I want to get to today's topic, which is 3 ways to advance your career in 2026. I chose this topic, one, because it's 2026, but we can no longer play small. We also need to be thinking strategically about our careers right now. We're hearing about hundreds of thousands of women of color leaving the workforce. We're hearing about layoffs. We're hearing about companies closing. There still are companies hiring. I've had clients that are still being promoting. So things are happening on the flip side as well, but we want to be prepared to advance our career and in whichever way advancement looks for you. So right now, it is what? January 19th, 2026. You know, they say most people give up on their goals by February. By February. So, what we want to do is take this time to think about where do we want to take our career in the next 12 months? What does advancement look like for you? Advancement can look like more money. It can look like, increasing your income. It could look like doing a strategic pivot. It could look like starting a business, right? It could look like getting that promotion. It could look like preparing yourself for the promotion. So when something comes up, you're next in line, right? Let's get clear on what does advancement look like for you. This is always going to be the first step. This is like this isn't even step one. I have some notes. This is the pre-work, okay? And I just want to know if I'm talking to the right people and you all are listening, give me a thumbs up in the comment. Just give me a thumbs up if you like. All right, Latrice, I'm here. I'm listening. The first thing, the pre-work, is going to be defining what advancement means to you. Somebody else could be like, I want this promotion. Another person could be like, I want to hit 6 figures. Another person, career advancement could mean I want to work less hours and make more money. That's my advancement. That's what I'm always going for, is that ratio of how can I increase my income without increasing my workload. So going on to that, today I really want to talk about 3 ways to advancing your career in 2026 without burning out and overworking, without doing that. All right. And the pre-work to that is define what advancement looks like for you. Everybody's career advancement is going to look different, and that is completely okay. All right. Start there. All right. I have my notes. Number one, and you all are going to hear me talk about this a lot because it's been coming up a lot. Be sure to position yourself for a pivot. Let me tell you what I mean by that. We saw things shake the freak up in 2025. I've seen people who were with their companies for 10 to 15 years get laid off. Companies that have been around for 30, 40, 50 years shutting their doors. Just these things where we need to position ourselves to be ready for a pivot. We all have multiple gifts, right? So what I find is that we look like, I've been doing accounting for nonprofit for 15 years. I need to get another accounting job in a nonprofit sector. That's what I need to do. But that's not necessarily the case. Could you do accounting in an entertainment industry? Could you do accounting in could you do accounting in a corporate setting? Could you do accounting for a startup? Right? Or so you can think about pivot industries. You can think like, hey, I don't even want to do accounting anymore. When I was in nonprofit, I really enjoyed the marketing aspect. Like, they had us doing a lot of marketing because in nonprofits you got to do more than one role. Maybe you want to talk about that. Think about a strategic pivot. I want you to know pivots are possible, and you should be positioning yourself for a pivot right now, because I don't think it's going to be an if, it's going to be a when. Things are really shaking up where we don't want to be caught off guard, and we don't want to be playing small anymore. And really, when you position yourself for a pivot, the rug isn't pulled from under you when something happens. You're like, oh no, I got this. Okay. If you are like Latrice, I am ready to position myself for a pivot. I'm actually going to be doing a free workshop on how to successfully pivot as a woman of color over 40 at the end of the month. So, in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be doing that. If you want the link to that free workshop, just put pivot in the comments and I will go ahead and send that to you. Okay. Just put pivot in the comments and you'll get the access and you'll get the link to our free workshop. Tip number 2. You need to have a brand that speaks for you when you're not in the room. Let me see. I had my notes on this one because I was like, I really want to talk to people about personal branding and why it's so important. If you have been following me, if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know I am all in when it comes to personal branding. That is your reputation, your messaging, how you speak about yourself, and how others speak about you. Your brand should be talking about you when you're not even in the room. And we need that right now because we want to be able to do things without burnout. The best way to do that is to have your own messages working for you. And you do that with your personal brand. And you need a consistent brand. I will share. If someone has ever met me in person, y'all know I keep the same energy. This is me, right? What is that special thing about you? And are you consistent in showing it? This is imperative. Any other time I would be like, oh, it's good. Or you only need to work on your brand when you're like looking for a job or need a promotion. No. Right now, I don't care if you've been in a stable career for 10 years or if you were just laid off. You need to be building your brand and your brand needs to speak for you when you are not in the room. When you're not in the room, which means you need to be teaching people how to talk about you, which means you need to be highlighting your accomplishments, which means you do need to be online or you need to be networking in person. That's the only way you're going to be getting people to speak for you. Okay. And that's what we want. We want our names to come up when they talking about a promotion. We want somebody to mention our name. Oh yeah, Stacy has been doing a great job. We really want her. She's added this value. She started this initiative. We want our brand speaking for us in a positive way when we're not in the room. Because we don't need to be in every room. We do need to stay in our lane. However, we can expand our lane. You know, they be like, stay in your lane. Yeah, my lane is expanding. I'm not all the way over here in the sky, but my lane is expanding. Okay. So I cannot stress this enough. This is the year. If I had no other advice, these 3 things I'm telling y'all: position yourself for a pivot. And this could be something you've always wanted to do, or just something in the background, like, hey, if this happens, I'm gonna go this route. Have that brand that speaks for you when you're not in the room. And then number 3, and I don't know, and I'm gonna just say this: I'm a career coach, y'all, but I have also seen people who have dedicated their careers to something and still something unfortunate happened, like a layoff, like they get fired, like the company goes under by no fault of their own. I would highly recommend anyone hearing my voice, as a way to advance in your career, I would have some sort of source for additional income. Okay, let me tell you what I mean by that. It doesn't always mean a business. Obviously, I'm partial to starting your own business. You need another way, whether you're renting out property, whether you're renting out a room. That can be a career. A career can be a source as a source of income. Okay, everybody want to stick to the strict thing of like, oh no, you have to stay in accounting. If you're good in accounting, I bet you'd be good at real estate investment. I bet you'd be good at getting your money from these tenants. I bet you know how to get a client or two. Think about it. I've seen people recently start like baking, right? I've seen people starting coach. I love. If you ever want to start a coaching business, please let me know. Start coaching businesses. I've seen people start speaking businesses. And the best thing is to build your brand, build your business or your additional source of income from your expertise. What do you do better than anyone else? If it's baking, it's baking. If it's accounting, it's accounting. If you're great in HR, this is one of these things. When you all see my testimonials, and I'm always telling about my clients that are getting these amazing roles, what we haven't been talking about in the background is the fact that a lot of them have been starting their own businesses based on their expertise. So I have several clients who have started HR consulting businesses. I've helped my clients start speaking businesses where they're now paid speakers, like getting paid to speak on their expertise. I want you all to think about this, especially right now. We cannot play it small anymore. We already see it. I'm going to be honest. It's not like we see the writing on the wall, you guys. They've been doing things. We see. So we need to take a proactive approach to our careers and our income. And it's going to be hard to try to focus on your career when you can when you're trying to focus on how to get additional income and money in. So heed what I'm saying, heed my advice. I'm not even saying warnings. These are advice. This is advice. I want you to go into 2026 confident, ready to advance in your career, and knowing who you are with the tools and strategies. And if you want to go into 2026 with a career coach, feel free to reach out to me. DM me ready. I'll send you a link so we can schedule a free consult call. We'll get on a call and see what the best thing is for you. If you're interested in the workshop, how to successfully pivot as a woman of color over 40, again, just put pivot in the comments. Hey, Sandra. Hi. Someone says they've been waiting for 15 minutes. I'm not sure. We've been on here. Hello. I hope all is well. I'm not sure if the meet is happening. I'm going to leave. Let me know. I don't know if you had the right, it should show you the right link. We've been on here. We're on here. Yeah. So yeah, we've been on here, guys. If ever a time that you all are coming to the live and you don't see anything, you can use the same link, or you can go to my profile and you'll be able to see the workshop. The replay will be up on my profile, I think, for like 24 hours. But you can also use the same link if we ever email you. So yeah, just sometimes it's a slight delay from when I hit start and I start talking to when it shows up. I have noticed that. I don't think it's a 15-minute delay though. But yes, if that's ever the case, feel free to message me, and feel free to just go to my profile and you'll be able to see the live. It's going to play on top. All right. So I wanted to make sure I told you all that. Thank you, Sandra, for putting pivot. We're going to send you that link. Again, if you all have any questions or any topics that you want me to speak on, go ahead and put it in the comment sections. I try to respond to any comments in real time or shortly after the live. But yes, I am so excited to see everyone advancing in their careers in 2026. Yeah, this is it. This is going to be our year. I just gave you all some amazing tips on how to look what they say, if you ain't gotta be ready if you stay ready. All right, let me check one more comment. Hey, Coach Carrie. She says, I definitely believe in a proactive approach to generating additional income. I was able to successfully pivot away from 20 years career in a successful entrepreneur lane. Yes, I pivoted into entrepreneurship. I love this, and I understand it's not for everyone. That's what I'm saying. I would start setting up my ways of additional income right now. And as I'm giving this advice, this is what works for you. If you want to speak with me privately, if you want to consult, again, just DM me ready. But I want you all to take what I'm saying and say, how can I apply this to my career, to my life, and to my expertise? That's where we're at now. How can you apply this to you specifically? Again, some people are going to go the business route, which I highly recommend. I don't know if you all heard, but like African American women are like the number one group starting businesses in America right now. However, we also have some of the lowest revenue from our businesses, and we're also the fastest group to close the businesses. So we need some support, and we need a strategic way to set this up, right? So that it is creating that ongoing income, so that if something does happen to our primary source of income, which is our career, we have a fallback. in either our business. But when I say additional income, it could be a business, which again, I'm partial to. I feel like that's the best and easiest way, but it could be a business. It could be stocks. It could be investing, like real estate investing. I My husband and I, we invest in real estate and we have tenants. I know people who have everyday jobs who have like 7 properties, right? But they sit beside you every day doing paperwork, right? But they have this additional income and you may never know. And you may never know. Right? It, like I said, it could be selling pies, selling cakes, giving advice, having fun. What is it that you have that you can do to support your income that will not take away from your time? That will not take away from your time. All right. Oh, hey, Dominique. Dominique says, thank you for the info. You are welcome. Y'all, I want you all to share this out. Tag someone who needs to hear this. 2026 can be your year. This is going to help prep you. I chose these tips and I was like, I don't even think this is going to be like the popular opinion, right? I know people are going to be talking about resumes and LinkedIn's and things like that. Y'all, we beyond that. We're beyond that. We're beyond that. I'm giving you all practical advice that you can use now and continue to use that will actually help you move the needle in your career in 2026 and beyond. This is where we're at. This is what we need to do. We need to be positioning ourselves for a pivot. We need to be building a brand that speaks for us when we're not in the room. And we need to be creating additional sources of income. And I don't think you need 7 right now. I just think you need one more additional source of income. Your career can be your primary source of income. Your job can be your primary source, but you're going to have a backup source in case anything happens. You're still going to be good. Your kids will be fed, your bills will be paid, and you may even still have some money to go traveling and living your life. Okay. Again, feel free to comment. I'm going to be responding to comments in the next few minutes. But thank you all so much. If you're interested in that free workshop, again, put pivot in the comments and we'll send you the link how to pivot, how to successfully pivot in your career as a woman of color over 40. And if you are under 40, you will still benefit from this workshop as well. You all have a great day and happy Martin Luther King Day. Bye.